Welcome, sports fans, to the latest S&M production of the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. It is the most absurd 90 minutes of anything goes, smack talk, and a whole lot more. Every Sunday night, the sports nerd joins forces with three charismatic co-hosts who are a select group of sports nerds with attitude, better known in Nerd Nation as the Rare Pack. We are four of the most loudmouth, smack-talking nerds around, coming at you with some sick rips and rants, which may be just enough to make you pee your pants. So listen up, Nerd Nation. Let's rise and welcome the legend himself. He is the founder, he is the host, and he is the star of the Sports Nerd Show. Coming to you live, straight out of Lakeland, Florida, Scott, the Sports Nerd. Right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Sports Nerds. I am your host, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right, and along with my co-host, Mr. Elliot Big E Lamba, Bill's Mafia member John G. Olson, and Ken. How about them Cowboys, Coslow?
Hi, everyone.
The week that was in the world of sports. We are live each and every Sunday night on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and hopefully in the future, the blockchain courtesy of M.TV. If you missed the live broadcast, you can watch the replays on Spotify, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, and on the blockchain via Peak D. Welcome to week 11, gentlemen. We are all in a happy place today because we all have winners today.
He missed!
Yes. Oh, my God. Seahawks missed the field goal.
Thank you.
We are 2/3 through the season.
Yes, we are. Hi, Anthony. Good to
Wow.
see you, brother. Happy and glad you're here. Oh, my gosh. And it's wide right,
How's it going,
courtesy
Anthony?
of Fallback FSU.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, LA.
It helps the Niners out. You're right. It helps the Niners out, Elliot. Yeah, it does.
That's right. Because we play them on
The
Thanksgiving,
Texans, too.
Thanksgiving night.
Yep. What up, Brett? How you doing? Good to see you, buddy.
Brett.
Anyway, gentlemen, welcome to week 11. And
I can't believe it's your guys'
please-
Thanksgiving this week. Like,
Please.
Yes.
dude, like, holy moly, donut shop.
What's
This
that,
year
John?
is blown. What's that?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
No, I said I can't believe it's your Thanksgiving this
It's
Thursday.
our Thanksgiving this
Mhm.
week. Yes. Yes.
That's insanity.
Yes, and I'm off all week, so I'm just going to be
It
sitting
is
back
what it is.
watching TV and interacting with people the rest of the whole week at home. Have a Cornish hen with stuffing, green beans, apple pie for Thanksgiving Day, watching football all day long. So, yeah, that's my plans for Thursday. Anyway,
Love to see.
I'm going to start things off. And I'm going to dive right in. How about them Brownies? That defense is amazing. Kenny Pickett sucks. Steelers suck.
That was something we don't know.
And Myles Garrett is going to be Defensive Player of the Year. Bank it. I said it. It's
Well,
going to happen.
the Steelers defense ain't half bad either. So give
No,
them
they're
that.
not. No.
Okay. It's their offense that's inept.
Yeah, exactly. Hats
Kind of
off.
like Cleveland's offense. They're kind of inept too.
Right. Well, hats off to DTR on the last drive of the game to get them down there to win that, to get the field goal range to win the game. I mean, the rookies, his first start against the Ravens didn't go so well, but today he played a little bit better. Again, the offense is inept, Elliot. I agree with you. It really is.
Well,
it really is.
if you put Pittsburgh and Cleveland side by side, they're kind of a mirror image of each other.
Right.
Great defenses, bullshit ass offenses.
Right. But, I mean, Myles Garrett overshadowed T.J. Watt today, so I'm happy.
Wow.
Garrett had 2 sacks today, and the defense just dominated overall the Pittsburgh offense.
So Miles decided not to wait until Thanksgiving to feast.
You are correct, sir. Myles Garrett feasted today, and that whole defense feasted today. The offense struggled. They got to a 10-0 lead at halftime, but then the second play of the second half, they gave up a 75-yard touchdown run to Warren. And, and the anxiety for me just started right at that point. That's when my anxiety hit it. And then they tied it at 10 later with a field goal So I'm stressing again. We're gonna find a way to lose this game against Pittsburgh, but the defense stood up. The defense took control of this game and allowed the offense to be in a position to win the game. Hats off to our kicker. My God. And I can't even think of his name. God damn it.
Dustin Hopkins.
Thank you, Elliot. Dustin Hopkins.
You know why Elliot knows that and you don't?
Because he was a Niner?
No, because Elliot plays fantasy football.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Definitely knows every kicker on every
I
team.
know about all the players.
But yeah, Dustin Hopkins has been money for us all season long. That's his 4th game-winning field goal of the season.
Wow.
And again, like I said, the Browns gave up a 75-yard touchdown run to Warren, but that was pretty much the entire offense for Pittsburgh all day long. That was pretty much it.
It was actually 74.
It was 74 yards.
They just showed the replay.
Yeah, it was 74 yards.
74, 75.
Hey, that's a tenth of a point in
Whatever. Anyway.
I've never played in a league where we had tenths of points.
Yeah, me either. Anyway, but hats off to the Brownies. I'm very proud of them. They're 7-3. They play Denver next week in Denver, which is going to be a rough game, and then they go to Los Angeles. I think they're playing the Rams in LA or the Chargers, one of the two.
Doesn't matter. The Chargers suck.
The Chargers are horrible. The Chargers are just god awful right now. I mean, they lost to Green Bay today, and it wasn't even pretty. I mean, they didn't lose by much, but still,
the Chargers in that game.
God awful. Let me just say this. I mean, Kevin Stefanski after the game had a very, very profanity-laden post-game speech to his team. But I want to shout out one person. The man's name is Jim Donovan. He is the radio voice of the Cleveland Browns. He has been battling leukemia for the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was out of the booth for the last 4 or 5 weeks. He came back today for the first time back to the booth. He was the dog pound captain, which means he gets to break the guitar to start the game. I don't know if you guys seen that. There's a ritual where the captain of the dog pound gets to bang and destroy the guitar before the game. And hats off to Kevin Stefanski because he gave Jimmy Donovan a game ball because he came back. Today was his first game back in the booth as the voice of the Browns. And Jimmy Donovan's very much loved by the Browns faithful, and he's been the voice of the Browns ever since they came back in '99. So he's a legend. So hats off to him for beating leukemia and coming back in the booth today.
And for all of us that are old enough to remember, I'd like to extend my condolences to the family of our former First Lady, Rosalind Carter.
Rosalind Carter passed away today too. Yes, 96 years old. But yeah, Jimmy Donovan. It was good of Stefanski to do that. It was really nice. So, but yeah, hats off to the Browns for 7-3 going into the Broncos week, and we'll see what happens next weekend. These guys are scrappy. I mean, they're fighting in these games, and it's not going to be easy the whole season, especially with a rookie running the offense. So we'll see how it goes. We're in second place in the division. I'm happy with that. So.
Well,
we got back-to-back wins against the Ravens and the Steelers. I'm very excited about that fact. Too.
I think now it's a 3-team race with Joe Burrow gone.
Joe Burrow's gone. I think it's a 3-team race. Yeah, it really is.
It may be a 2-team race before long.
If the Pittsburgh can't do what they're doing, exactly. They'll be done.
Well, I mean, honestly, Pittsburgh was an eyelash away from taking that game away from Cleveland.
Yes, it was.
So to me, I think that, defenses are great. You know what I'm saying? And they do give you a good chance to win championships. But if you got a putrid offense, come playoff time, that's not going to bode well. That is not going to bode well.
Nope.
So, anyway, who's next?
Well, the Browns are going to sign Joe Flacco, I believe. Brett.
Oh, I can feel the league shaking now.
So there's something to be excited about. Joe Flacco coming to the Browns.
Joe
The rest of the league is shaking in their boots.
I know, right, Elliot?
They might as well have went and gotten Matt Ryan while they were at it.
Right. All right, who's next? Let's go to John.
I'm still going. No,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
go to
the
me
Buffalo
yet.
game
I'm
is still on.
game's still on, bro.
Still going on.
I cannot give you
32 to
any
6
type
now.
of attention until the game is 0-0.
All right, so let's go to Kenny. Kenny, how about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? We beat up on another helpless team.
Another useless team.
Yeah, 33-10. A win is a win. I'll take it. I would like to challenge your pick for Defensive Player of the Year. I have 2 words for that.
Micah Parsons?
Duron Bland.
Oh, Duran Bland.
6 interceptions this year. 4 of them taken to the house. He has already tied the NFL record for most pick sixes in one season, and we still got a long way to go. So he's got plenty of chances.
It's a matter of him being in the right place at the right time.
Right place at the right time.
In my personal opinion, I still doesn't think he overshadows what Myles Garrett does. Because Myles Garrett can impact the game on every single play.
Oh, absolutely. I totally agree with that.
I mean, that guy is ridiculous.
We were playing so much better on defense than we have been in the last few years.
But you're playing the Panthers, Ken.
Well, I know, but we can't help that. It's the
Bryce
schedule we
Young?
were given.
Come on, Bryce Young.
We didn't set the schedule. We haven't played.
Bryce Young, Danny DeVito.
Right,
Yeah,
come on.
whatever.
How are you doing against winning teams?
Not so much.
Not so much, but maybe we'll be picking it up a little bit. Who knows?
Well, you got another
Ken.
losing team today because, I mean, only the Washington Commanders can let Danny DeVito throw for 3 touchdowns. Okay,
Against
the
the
guy
Commanders today? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They've been
got
sacked.
the Commanders on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So there's another
Howell has been sacked 51 times this year, and I guarantee you that number is going to go sky high.
He got sacked 8 times today against the Giants. Is that right, Ken?
9.
He got 9.
Yeah, 9
times.
9 times against the Giants. Imagine what Micah Parsons and
well, that's just it. DeVito got sacked 9 times too.
Yeah. Rough day on quarterbacks there. But,
yeah, it was DeVito that got sacked 9 times, not Howell. It was DeVito that got sacked.
Yeah, it was DeVito, and they still
won.
Throw up a 30 burger on them.
But,
it's terrible.
We're looking good. I'm sure. We're playing crappy teams right now, but we're winning. So it's a positive walk around.
Crappy teams are keeping you in the race.
Yeah, hey, they got to do something. So we'll toss them a bone every now and then.
I'm looking at that Philadelphia game in 2 or 3 weeks, Kenny. I'm looking at that Philadelphia game.
I'm looking for that too. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's going to be the test right there because they lost them in Philly, but can they beat them at home? They've got a great record at home this year, so we'll see what happens.
We will see.
We got Philly the week after this week.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, there's Brett brings up a very good sidebar. They had no running hot water in either locker room after the game.
No running water.
No, it was hot water. It wasn't running water. It was hot water. Because there was a statement made by the team that said we could not turn the water off during the game because it would have affected everybody in the stadium. So there was an issue where equipment was broke down that in the hot water heater tank that they could not fix without shutting the entire water supply off.
You know
let me ask a question.
And there was no hot water after the game.
As bad as the Commanders are, I'm sure everybody appreciates.
Let me ask a question.
The ghost of
Dan Snyder.
Dan Snyder is still rearing its ugly head.
Is there a shittier stadium in the league other than FedEx Field?
No. No. And that includes Oakland.
Absolutely.
It was there last year, so yeah.
Even RFK was a better stadium than that.
Jeez. That is a monument to Dan Snyder right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Russell Douglas just got another pick. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, what?
who's ever caring about the Bills' defense, Rasul Douglas just got another pick. So he's got 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. We traded him for like a 4th-round pick or something. Just saying.
And a cup of coffee. So yeah.
And almost took that fumble to the house too.
Yeah, because he passed it off to Micah Hyde, and
the refs blew the whistle too quick.
The replay, they had Sarator doing the officiating, and it was the Jets guy, like his toe like rubbed up against Rasul Douglas's foot. That was like it wasn't even like a touch, it was like a feather, and that's why they called the play dead.
Agreed.
So dumb.
Unreal. By the way, Brett, the stadium you're thinking of is old San Diego Stadium because the toilets used to leak on the fans. So,
and if you want to go back even further, the old municipal Cleveland Stadium, the mistake against the lake, had troughs for bathroom.
That's what they got in Buffalo right now.
They're
what
troughs.
do you mean? They used to. That's what they
I blame the brass and the management of Carolina for not taking C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, right.
They had the chance.
Right.
Have you been to Fenway, Ken?
I have.
Like the toilets there are just absolutely epic. Like,
well, the one I visited was like in any other toilet. I mean,
really?
It was,
dude,
yeah.
When I went, it was like just this big wall, and then the wall.
No, we didn't have a trough. I mean, we had a regular toilet. So
love it.
I've been to stadiums that had the troughs. I've been to old Wembley Stadium in London, and I've been to Manchester United, and I've been to several others, and I've seen the troughs.
You ever been to the Cleveland Mistake by the Lake? Ken? You ever been?
I have not been to Cleveland. Okay. No.
Did you guys
I don't doubt that they had it. Yeah, I mean everybody
did. You guys see the replay of the video of when Zach Wilson was going back out on the field?
And he tripped. It's great.
He tripped. Yeah, he was running backwards and fell on his ass. Yes, I saw that.
He sacked himself.
Yes.
Things you love to see. It can't happen to a better franchise. I just need the Dolphins to self-implode.
He's so used to being sacked, he's sacking himself these days.
Yeah, it's great. Love it.
The only competition you have in that division right now, John, is the Dolphins, who managed to squeak out a win against the Raiders.
Oh, they didn't play.
Like Dolphins don't scare me at all. Like when they come to play in Buffalo, Buffalo owns them, man.
The Raiders were in it the whole time.
Yeah, they were.
You know.
I'll tell you a story, John, about those trough toilets. There's a club in London called Millwall. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
Millwall? Okay. Their old stadium, the visitors' toilets, bogs, not only did they have troughs up there, but they did not have roofs over the top. So anytime they were playing in the rain, not only did you have to take a leak in the trough, but you got soaking wet too. So that's.
So it was an open air bathroom, is what you're saying?
Open air bathroom, yeah.
Wow.
And they had quite a few complaints about that, but they just laughed them off.
Hey, congratulations to Ty Johnson for taking it out on his former team today on that touchdown run.
Oh yeah, man. Why are we suplexing players? Brett, that's because Sauce got sauced. Dude, that guy's the most overrated corner in the history of the league. Like, he's such a bum. Like, how bad was he, like, to do that to Steph, and then, like, the next play, Shakir drops 81 yards on him. And, like, not only did he, like, get the...
That move he put on Reed was ridiculous.
Oh, it was crazy, dude. Oh, dude, anyways, I Sauce guard.
Look, Sauce is good, but he plays like a bitch when he gets burned.
He's handsy, dude. He's like grabbing Steph in the end zone, going, "What did I do?" Really? Like, anyways.
You know what though? I gotta say it. A lot of these guys on defense are probably frustrated as hell with these Jets.
Oh hell yeah!
The offense is putrid. I mean, the offense is ass, straight ass. Okay.
The Jets remind me of that treadmill that George Jetson used to be on. Jane, get me off of this thing.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I want to go to Elliot. Elliot, the Buccaneers were no match for San Francisco today.
And I was a little disappointed that they gave them more opportunities than they needed to.
Well, Baker played a really good game, believe it or not. Baker had a good game.
But still, I mean, I think a lot of times they gifted him opportunities that he shouldn't have got.
Right.
I mean, we're still undefeated as long as we score more than 17 points. But
right.
I think we might have been overlooking them a little bit because of that Seattle game on Thursday. So, my only concern, well, I mean, you look at Kittle right now and Ayuk,
yeah,
and McCaffrey.
Yep.
Those guys are almost unstoppable.
Well, Ayuk had 156 yards receiving today and a touchdown. Kittle was 89 yards and a touchdown. McCaffrey ran for 78 yards on the ground, and had 25 in the air out of the backfield and had a touchdown of that too. And Brock Purdy had a perfect passer rating.
Perfect passer rating today. Yep. The first time since Steve Young did it.
Yes.
For the 49ers.
21 of 25, 333 yards and 3 touchdowns for Brock Purdy today.
Wow.
Well, he has the highest QBR of all quarterbacks this season. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's like 119 or something like that. But I mean, he had his little funk there for 3 games. He's come back the last 2 games and put up numbers like he did before. I can't wait for the rematch in Philly because I still have a sour taste in my mouth over the fact that Philly won that game because we were playing our 4th-string quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If Purdy doesn't get injured in that game, I think it's a totally different story. But I mean, we played 49er football today. Again, there were some improvements that needed to be made, but I give kudos to that rookie that stepped in when Hufanga got injured, and he came in and he got burned on his first play, but then he came back and made a good defensive play and then got that touchdown in the end zone. I mean, that interception in the end zone. Okay, so next man up. That's basically the attitude he took, and that's kind of why the 49ers are who they are, is because they got people that can come off the bench. And I'm sorry, but I think one of the biggest pickups for them, which is basically unleashed Nick Bosa again, is Chase Young.
Yes, Chase Young has been a difference maker. He really has. I mean, if you look at Chase's, he had two solo tackles and a sack. Nick had a sack as well.
Bosa wasn't doing shit up until Chase Young came.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Last week he went off. This week he had a good game. And when you got 2 guys like that, and they played together at Ohio State, right?
At Ohio State, yes, they did.
You know what I'm saying? So these guys know each other. They're playing on opposite ends. You got those 2 guys coming at you. You got combos out there in the league like Singleton and Watt. You got Young and Bosa. There's combination defensive ends out there, left end, right end, that complement each other, and I think that's going to go a long way. The only thing that makes me nervous about the 49ers is their kicker.
Yeah, he did miss. He did miss today. Yes.
Well, I mean, he missed that crucial field goal, 41-yard field goal against Cleveland.
Yeah.
He missed a couple in the Minnesota game.
He didn't miss today, though. He was 3 for 3 extra points and 2 for 2 on field goals today. So he was perfect today.
That's fine, but
what's really remarkable is he hardly ever missed when he was at Michigan.
Yeah, when it's clutch though, he kind of shrinks.
We didn't have too many of those at Michigan.
Shrinking violet in clutch moments.
Right.
But like I said, right now we've got Seattle on Thursday. Then we got the mini bye going into week 13 where we play Philadelphia, and then we get Seattle again at home the week after that.
It's a nice 3-game stretch you got going on there, Elliot.
Well, it's gonna go a long way to show how ready we are.
Yep.
Going into the playoffs.
Yep.
And the division on top of all that, because I mean, we basically
right now the schedule gives the Niners a favorable edge as far as how they're going to go as far as getting the division win. They should be.
I really think we can handle Seattle.
I do too.
You know what? Seattle didn't show me
a problem.
They didn't show me much today.
They struggled with today. I mean,
and then if Gino gets
Rams
then they got the West Coast version of Zach Wilson coming off the bench.
Yeah, true.
Who coincidentally wears the same number.
Drew Lock.
Okay. So Seattle really doesn't scare me. To me, our game of this season, besides when we played the Cowboys, is this Philly game coming up.
The Philadelphia game, yeah.
The following week.
Agreed.
That to me is you know what? I don't think we have anybody that played for the Eagles, but this is a revenge game as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah.
For what happened in the playoffs last
Well,
week.
Purdy's healthy. Purdy's healthy. If he stays healthy after this week, and we'll see exactly what they can do against.
I'm sorry, but Fred Warner is a maniac.
Yes,
that dude's insane. Him, Dre Greenlaw, that defense is vicious, man. And
speaking of Bosa, was it Joey Bosa that got carted off?
Joey got carted off today. Yes, Joey with the Chargers.
He was crying. You could see him. He was emotional.
I heard it was emotional.
But then again, has he been injury prone his whole career?
Yes, he has been. Yeah, absolutely.
There's just guys that are snake bit like that.
Wasn't he hurt his senior year at Ohio State? Didn't he get hurt toward the middle of the season?
I don't know if he got hurt, but I do know that he shut it down towards the end of the year. He didn't play in a bowl game because Ohio State wasn't going to be a contender for the national championship, so he did shut it down at the end of the season. As
he skipped the bowl game too, didn't he?
What's that?
Did he skip the bowl game?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I was thinking that.
All right, Mr. Olson, you're on. You're up, Mr. Olson.
It's on you,
32-6 final. Buffalo beats the Jets.
What was the final? No, what was the final?
32-6.
I guess that makes up for the season opener, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what that was. That game one was just a disaster. Bill's season's kind of been a disaster, but it's like, so those who don't know, after Monday Night Football, where we lost,
John was prepping the razor blade for his.
Well, we had 12 men on the field, which was great. Fantastic, epic special teams.
Not Canadian
and then
football.
Right. The special teams coach fucks up and you fire the offensive coordinator.
Right, yeah. So, Tuesday we fired Ken Dorsey. Now,
the Grey Cup today, too, though. We'll get to that in a minute. Go ahead, Joe.
Well, see, I was never a Ken Dorsey kind of fan. Like, this is the problem that I had with the Bills. Like, after 13 seconds, if you look at the track record, the Bills have basically regressed since 13 seconds. Yeah, they were 13-3 last year. Whatever. They had a whole bunch of stuff happen to them. DeMar Hamlin, whatever. But the offense just never looked the same since that year. That year they were just clicking. That game they were on fire. That was Daboll. Daboll goes to New York. So what they do is they have this Lamborghini in Josh Allen. Instead of getting premium gas and putting it in like a Eric Bieniemy, some type of top-tier offensive coordinator, they go with Josh's guy, Ken Dorsey, a first-time play caller, no real track record of anything. He was a quarterback's coach, whatever, big Miami Hurricanes guy back in the day, whatever. But it was just like you have this unicorn of a quarterback, and then you fill him up with like the worst possible situation. Like they should have went all in on the offense, like completely surrounded Josh.
Let Josh be Josh.
Let Josh be Josh. Let him have the best offensive coordinator to put him into positions to win. They got Steph. They invested in James Cook in that draft pick, which was good. And then Dalton Kincaid has just been lights out for the record. You have these pieces But your offensive coordinator, I was never sold on it. I thought it was a weird move. Like, I don't care if it's Josh's dude. Josh doesn't need his dude. He needs someone in his ear saying, no, just do your thing, man. Just don't, and it was like Ken was kind of like, oh, well, let's play conservative, whatever. So I was okay with the firing. I'm not saying Ken is horrible or whatever. I just don't think he was the positional
he wasn't
coach
the best fit for that Bills offense.
He wasn't. They needed someone that would allow Josh to be Josh and to like get him into plays that allow him to use his legs more. That, like it was great, whatever. Well, it's not even Latavius Murray. It's whatever, dude. It's whatever. He's fine. He's that's not even the point. The point is
Murray isn't a primary back anymore.
No, James Cook was the primary back. And even that Ty Johnson stuff was great today. Just seemed like revenge game or whatever, right? But nah, man. So today it was just like this whole season was just like something had to give. Like, you're not going to fire Sean McDermott because if you fire him, he's the head coach and the defensive coordinator. So you're not going to get rid of him in the middle of the season. Firing the special teams coach, bless you. What are you going to do?
Thank
So you have the sacrificial lamb is Ken Dorsey. Now you have Joe Brady, who apparently is like this whiz kid from LSU who had Joe Burrow and Justin Jefferson and all these amazing tools down in LSU. Let him do his thing. I don't know if he's going to be full-time, but I liked the play calling today. I thought it was great. It was fantastic. They were running it effectively.
Yeah, Josh didn't make a lot of mistakes today. He really
didn't make a lot of mistakes. That interception was just stupidity. That was dumb. I don't know what they were trying to do there.
Throwing it into the wind?
Throwing it into the wind, and it's like a 60-yard ball. For what? Like, what? You have 2 seconds left.
It was the end of the half. It was a Hail Mary, and it was...
Yeah, and I get it, but he could have taken me.
You think about freakiness. Think about the freak shit that happens sometimes in football. What if friggin' fucks his arm up trying to throw the ball against the wind like that? Is it really worth it?
That's what I'm saying. And the amount of AC joint things that Josh has dealt with over the past 2 years, just take the knee. Take the knee. You had possession to start the second half. You didn't need to do that, but whatever. They dodged that bullet. Big shout out to the Jets for that special teams call on the fourth down toss.
Yeah, that was a great. That was
you had to give the flowers.
I mean, and you know what? That was the best pass played by any.
Yeah, I mean the Jets are a disaster, bro.
Well,
Jets
up to that point, I was asking that they put the punter in to replace Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's awful. It's
you know
horrible.
What, Brett? We're not bringing drama to the show. I don't buy it. I think it was just
whatever.
It's fodder. You know what, Brett?
It is what it is, dude.
It is what it is, dude.
Steph is there.
Stephon loves being in Buffalo.
He loves, but it's this the thing. He's got.
That's not going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. His dead cap hit would be like $50 million. He's not going anywhere for 2 years unless they trade with a team that.
As usual, Brett's bringing up shit.
Right. That was Monday night, right? I mean, like. Dude, I'm not concerned. I'm like the schedule. This is the thing for me. I think the Bills get up for good teams. So I'm excited to see them play Philly.
Yeah, Philly next week, John.
I think it'll be a shootout. And I'm here for it, especially if the Bills are clicking on offense like they. Dude, this is the thing. The Jets on offense are horrible, but the Jets defense is amazing.
Yes.
We put up 32 points against them.
Yes.
This is
also, you know what? You have to understand, too, that when your offense is awful and they can't stay on the field, that puts wear and tear on the defense, and eventually that dam breaks. You know what I'm saying?
It almost put the Browns points that you probably wouldn't have given up.
If you start giving up points that you probably wouldn't have given up if you had a bona fide offense.
Well, and again, another example is, I mean, the Browns defense was gassed by the end of that game as well because the offense just couldn't stay on the field.
Exactly. Both defenses were gassed. You don't think Pittsburgh was gassed on that last drive?
Yeah.
And that's why you always hear complimentary football. That's why it's so important. You can't have your defense on the field for 80% of the game. You can't do it.
Right.
When your offense is going 3 and out, you just can't have it. You can't have it.
Or turnover.
We're out in no time.
Right. So, Dude, I'm excited. It's it's whatever. I think you saw today what the Bills can be.
Right, and it was a great bounce back win from last week.
It
John.
was,
It really
but this is they were saying this on the broadcast. The Bills have lost 5 games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Total points, they've lost 23 points. 23 points is what they've lost the game.
Every single game.
Less than 5 points
Well,
a
who
game.
they got now? The Eagles,
One
the
possession.
Chiefs. They got.
They the gauntlet. This is the gauntlet, dude.
Yeah.
Like they don't have any more pushover. Like they got the Patriots again, but whatever, man. But it's I think
When they finish with Miami.
Oh, they'll destroy Miami. I have no.
Is that in Miami or Buffalo?
It's in Miami, but it's
earlier.
yeah, it's not summertime in Miami. It's not going to be 1,000 degrees and the sun,
No,
So-
but it might rain. So that's
It might rain. Yeah, exactly. Right, yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm whatever. This season is like, I think you're seeing that, even if we don't make the playoffs, I'm not like, oh my gosh, tear it all down. It's you see what it can be. Now just do that. Do that and keep doing that. And woof. But it was great to see Josh. Good game, really good. I think he had a 108 QBR. So it's good. It's good. It's what he should be doing. So Steph only getting like 27 yards, which sucks because I actually made a trade for Steph. This is Eric's gonna like, what did you do here? I did this fantasy football. You'll get a kick out of this. I had CMC. I traded CMC. Okay, but I traded him for Steph and Josh Jacobs because I needed help on both positions. I only, so I was like, yeah, I'm losing out on CMC, who's like the greatest fantasy football running back in the history of the game. But of course, Josh Jacobs and Steph have just poo-poo weeks this week, and CMC, of course, scored his touchdown. So,
well, it's a good thing that you're back from hating football.
I still hate football, dude. I'll hate football.
No. You hate Buffalo football when they lose.
Yeah.
I think we already covered that.
Yeah.
What
Nobody
have you heard about?
football. Football's a great freaking game.
Yeah. What have you heard about Taylor Rep, John? Anything?
Yeah, I think he didn't go to the hospital. They took him off on a
injury.
stretcher, but it's a stinger or something like on his neck. You hate to see it, but he didn't even go to the hospital. They just
that was a bang play, and then both defensive players.
Well, you didn't even see him. They were so worried about Teron Johnson because Taylor got up and started walking.
Right.
And it very eerily similar to the DeMar Hamlin. He
Yeah.
didn't drop.
What was crazy as I thought, and sometimes I really criticize TV. You know what I'm saying? Because they kept flashing
Replay
back
and
to
replay.
DeMar Chase
Mm.
from the field to DeMar Chase. To DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let's put the focus where it belongs on the field. Leave it there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to go back to Ken here real quick. It's finally happened, Ken. It was announced on Fox this morning. Jerry Jones is putting Jimmy Johnson in the Cowboys Hall of Fame.
Finally.
Oh yeah, but he's doing it. He's doing it in 1923.
In 1923, yeah. Jerry's calendars are kind of
Jerry's
wonky
brain
a little bit.
kind of out of whack.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
Well, Jimmy Johnson turned around and said, "I'd prefer it to be in 2023."
not 1923, yeah. I mean, it's great to see these guys bury the hatchet after all these years, Ken. It really is.
Well, yeah.
Jimmy deserves to be there because he gave Jerry Jones 2 Super Bowl trophies in his tenure.
Actually, 3.
Nice to see those
Because
guys
the
on.
third one's his team also.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see those guys bantering back and forth and being friendly and being nice and all. But congrats to Jimmy Johnson. He deserves to be in the Ring of Honor. He should have been there a long time ago,
Should have
Ken.
been 20 years ago.
I'm sorry, but Jerry Jones looks old as fuck.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
He is.
Oh my God.
Yep.
And that's probably why he said he's going to induct him in 19.
Looking worse, yeah.
I think he's losing his mind.
Could be.
Well, you got to think Jimmy Johnson's the same age as Jerry Jones because they went to college together.
Yeah. They were in Arkansas together.
Yeah, they were in Arkansas together.
They're both 80 years old this year, I believe.
Yes. So, but congrats to Jimmy Johnson on that. I'm happy for him. He deserves it.
Should have been.
I
20
wasn't a
years ago.
Cowboys fan at that point, Ken. I was a Cowboys fan in late 70s, early 80s
Landry.
with Landry.
Yes.
And Roger Staubach, Drew Pearson, Preston
Robert
Pearson,
Robert Newhouse. Golden Richards.
the Doomsday defense.
Harvey Martin. Randy White.
Harvey Martin. Yes.
Charlie
Back in the
Waters.
Those are the Cowboys that I grew up liking. So
Tony Dorsett.
Yes. So, but
those were fun times.
Tony
absolutely. Props to Jerry Jones for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It was yeah. So, and to be honest, Jerry Jones has as many Super Bowls as Dick Schramm does. So they also got 3. So
Dick Schramm actually has 5.
Yeah.
So apparently there was a fight at the end of the game going down the tunnels to the locker rooms. The Bills and the Bills and the Jets had a huge fight.
Oh, you know that's going to happen after everything that went on the field?
The Bills players were running back to the locker room going, and we beat their ass too.
Jesus God.
And I guarantee it was Deion Dawkins in the middle of it. God, I love it.
The way he laid out on the field.
Wasn't that funny? That was hilarious, dude. He gets up, he's like, oh, I love him. Absolutely love him. He's a New Jersey kid, too, so you know he loves beating up the New Jersey teams, man. It's great. Yeah, it's good to like hockey or football. Hockey. What am I talking about? Hockey. No, it's good to like football.
Yeah, well, the Bolts beat Edmonton tonight.
Fire these stupid matinee games to the sun. Like hockey should never be played during the day. Ever. They should never. And I know guys in the States, they're used to that. We're not up here. We don't do matinee games for hockey. It's stupid. Fire them to the sun. I hate them all. Anyways.
Did Edmonton lose? Is that
the Bolts beat them. So yes.
I think like 2 o'clock.
And they beat Chicago too.
I know when John is disgruntled is because one of his teams didn't fare well.
Well, today's good. Raptors won. Bills won. I'm okay. Hi.
Even the Maple Leafs won.
You coming to say hi?
Hey, the Cavs are going to beat the Nuggets too, by the way. Just want you to know.
Right.
Tonight. The Cavs are going to beat the Nuggets.
Cavs are going to beat the Nuggets.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I write that down?
Yes.
Well, they're up by 21. I would hope so.
Yeah, I mean it's 118-94 right now with 2 minutes to go. So
97.
97. Excuse me. You're right.
Is
that Zay or is that Zay?
Joshua.
It's Josh.
This is Josh Allen's namesake.
No, you named him Joshua after the Bible, John. You didn't name him after Josh.
I know, but I like saying that because I have Isaiah too, right? So
I mean, your children have biblical names except Maddie, but Matthew could be considered a biblical name.
How is it not biblical? Matthew's
it's
the first book of the New
Testament. Matthew has a book in the Bible. What are you talking
about? I know. They all have books in the Bible, dude.
But he's called Maddie, so I don't.
Don't worry, Scott. Me and Ken will do
I bet you it doesn't say Maddie on his birth certificate.
Dude, that'd be great. That's what we should do after these shows. Me, Ken, and Scott should do a live stream Bible study.
Huh?
I'm going to be sick that day, whatever day.
I'm glad he left my name out of it.
Well, I was going to say you too, but I don't need to push that to you.
I was actually the liturgist in church today, so.
Okay. I mean, look at Ken. She's wearing a vest and a tie.
Oh, he's very, very proper. You know,
he's very proper.
Right?
His hair is combed. He's not wearing a hat.
If he had just got home from church or something.
Oh, look at him, man. He's all proper. I'm sitting here in like a shirt I slept in.
Yeah, but also had a memorial service to go to today too. So.
Yes, I saw that, dude.
I've got something I'd like to talk about.
Go ahead, Ken. You were going to do some things. I apologize for not getting to you. Go ahead.
There are a couple of fairly well-known broadcasters that I believe will be pretty much hanging them up after the season is over. And one of them has had a remarkable career, Al Michaels. Al has been the voice of ABC, NBC. He may have been CBS also, I can't remember. But he is doing the Thursday night games, and bless his heart, it's just, I keep seeing, I'm not getting to see any of the games, but he keeps messing up on broadcasts, and Kirk Herbstreit is having to pick him up and carry him, and
Well, Al
I just-
Michaels is
He's got
Al
Jerry
Michaels
Jones
is
syndrome.
79 years old.
Yeah, I believe
Jerry
this.
He has said he is not ready to retire just yet.
Well, we'll see because I think he's reached the point where if he realizes, hey, I'm just not doing it anymore. I mean, not doing
He's
to the
not
best
what
of
he
my
was.
ability, then it's time to walk away.
I got a
But,
question. How many of y'all switch away from Monday Night Football on ABC to not hear Joe Buck and
No,
You know
Troy
what?
Aikman
I
I
don't
do.
mind
I
those
do
guys.
listen to Joe Buck and Troy
and watch
Aikman
the Manning
because
cast?
I do not.
Well, the
listen
Manning
to
cast
Manning
is
cast.
comedy relief from
I
Monday
love the Manning cast.
I-
Manning
I-
cast is
I
I'll
am-
tell you what.
I am so tired of Peyton Manning. It's not even funny.
I mean, to be honest, Joe Buck and Troy Aikman are the best in the business, in my opinion. They really are. That
Could be.
combination is on the same level as Pat Summerall and John Madden to me. That's how good I
Yeah.
think those two are.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
No way.
Yes.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
Like
No.
I was never like I was
That's
not that
blasphemy if I
much
ever heard it.
like Pat Summerall, but John Madden, really? Like John Madden and Al Michaels to me is the Mount Rushmore just because of my age.
Right.
But really,
Yeah. Joe Buck
You
and Troy are the
you-
best in the business right now. Yes.
you put Troy and Joe up there, really?
No.
Yes. I mean, are they better than Pat Summerall and Madden? No, they're not better.
You
But
got
they're
Jerry
in that
Jones
area.
syndrome. You're starting to contract Jerry Jones syndrome.
Joe can be annoying sometimes.
Yes,
Troy
he
knows
can.
what he's talking about, but Joe can be annoying. He was annoying in
And
baseball.
you know what?
He won't
His
be doing
dad
baseball
was a much
anymore.
better
Oh,
play-by-play guy.
absolutely,
than
absolutely.
Joe
He
is.
was our broadcaster for 1 year,
Zach Buck is a
in
legend.
mid '60s.
Legend.
But
Especially in St. Louis.
yeah, but yeah, Al, I think this may be, if not this year, more than likely maybe next year.
I think
But
Al
Al-
Michaels
Al
is
has
the
done
greatest.
Olympics. He's obviously most noted for the Miracle on
Even the
Ice.
miracles.
He's done Indianapolis 500. He's done a little bit of everything. If you've ever read his book, it's remarkable what kind of a career he's had. And the other one, I believe, is going to be Lee Corso.
Corso is getting-
missed,
Yeah, the stroke is really showing, Ken.
Yeah,
It really is.
yeah, and I do believe he is going to be hanging him up here pretty soon too. I'm sure he's going to go on, not so fast, my friend, but
Right.
yeah, it's wearing on him.
You know what?
And,
It's really nice to see the back and forth between Lee Corso and Kirk Herbstreit on
oh
Saturday.
yeah. I missed that.
It's so obvious that Kirk loves that man to death
Mm-hmm.
and is willing to carry him as much as he needs to. Because
Yes.
to be honest,
I'd be loving
Kirk
me.
does carry Lee Corso on
I'd
Saturdays.
be loving me
Mhm.
some. I'd be loving me some Pat McAfee, yo.
Pat McAfee was a great addition to College Game Day. He really was.
Pat McAfee is the bomb, yo.
Is he going to be wearing tank tops when it's like 20 degrees outside?
His show,
By the way,
his show
Ken-
during the day, the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
That's just freaking hilarious.
By the way, Ken, Michigan sucks. Fuck you.
We're going to suck even more on Saturday.
That
And
we'll
we
see what
suck
happens.
you up like a
It is
dice.
the week of the game. Go Buckeyes. Fuck Michigan. Let's go.
OH, hell no.
H-E
None of
double
the care.
We
hockey.
shall.
John,
Double L.
The other one I had is another, and this is just kind of a rant. I am really, really disappointed in Charissa Thompson.
oh yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
I don't know whatever happened to discretion being the better part of valor.
well, she talked to Joe
If
Burrow.
you do something like that, you keep it to yourself. And it was on a podcast. I don't like this. I totally understand that.
It was, to be honest, it was on.
Awful announcing. Yeah.
It was on. No, it wasn't awful announcing. It was. I mean, the what's the name of the freaking show with PFT commenter number
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, Barstool. Excuse me, it was Barstool.
Barstool.
Okay,
Barstool, yeah.
and that's the most misogynistic network
Yes.
in
yes.
sports right now.
That's why I question the credibility of it. At
Why
first.
is she on that show in the first place?
I have
Number
no
one.
idea.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't understand why she would risk
I can
sabotaging her
see-
career by
I
admitting something
can
like
see-
that. And I don't.
Andy.
I don't
There's
even know what,
I
I don't even
can't
know what you guys are
involve this.
talking
Yeah.
about. So.
Chris
But,
Thompson came out on.
I don't even know who
Barstool
that
Sports.
is. Who is that?
Charissa Thompson is actually
she works
in studio commentator for Fox Sports.
Fox Sports, yeah.
If they go to they go to highlights during the middle of the game, they send it to Charissa Thompson and she comments on what happened. Okay.
Right.
Number 2, Charissa Thompson's been in a reporter on the sidelines and in studio for the better part of the last 20 years.
Yes.
Okay. She goes on Barstool Sports and admits openly that she has, as a sideline reporter, made up commentary from coaches or people after halftime.
That she was not able to. That she was not able to get a hold of before the head of the line.
Because she wasn't able to get, the coach wasn't going to get interviewed, or she wasn't able to get to the coach after halftime.
You know why she's there? Eye candy.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
she's eye candy.
I mean, I've had the utmost respect for her and all the female reporters up until now, and still to the other ones.
Well, she has not made any friends in the.
She has not. They have absolutely barbecued
really
her this week.
Oh no,
they have
man!
Totally barbecued her. They've thrown her under the bus, and possibly deservedly so. I don't know why she would admit something like that, and like I said, risk sabotaging her career. I mean, she's had a fantastic career up until now.
She's a blonde, dude. She's a blonde.
In fact, I'm kind of surprised that Fox Sports didn't fire her.
She's a blonde.
I've seen people fired for less than that. I have a 40-year career in journalism, and I did not make up anything. That's an abomination to my college degree, and I would never stoop to say anything that low, even if I couldn't. And there have been times where I've been on the field and a coach has blown me off, and so I'm not going to make.
You don't lower yourself saying that you're making by making something up. You have to go to your producer and say, "Look,
yeah,
he blew me off. I got nothing from the coach.
Right.
What do you want me to do?" That's what you say.
Exactly.
That's what you say. What do you want me to do? The coach blew me off. I got nothing. What do you want me to do?
There's a thing called integrity and lack of integrity.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And some people possess impeccable integrity, and other people, they kind of, straddle the line when it comes to
that is so typical Fox. I mean, it's
well, it is.
Well, she released a statement this week as well, trying to backtrack and try to correct what she said, but it doesn't change the fact that she actually admitted it on a live podcast that she has made shit up, and that's wrong. That's wrong. That's
trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube and can't do it.
No, you can't.
And I'm really, really disappointed in her. I don't know what else to say, because I mean, it's.
Now, did she just come out with that, or was there a question involved?
I don't know. I have not gotten to see the.
I haven't seen the original, but I don't watch Barstool Sports because of the type of content they put out.
It sounds like they trapped her into doing something like that.
Yeah, you get sensationalist.
Yeah.
Media outlets and stuff like that will sometimes back people into a corner and saying things that they don't really want to say. You know what I'm saying? And that's just sensationalism that sells to their audience.
And you know what? I was upset with ESPN's Game Day by putting PFT commenter on their show this week as a celebrity picker, because that dude is just a friggin'
who?
PFT commenter.
Who's that?
You don't know who that is?
I don't know.
He's part of Barstool Sports. He's a dumbass.
Okay, so is Barstool like the equivalent of Fox News? Is that?
Yes, they are pretty much. Yes.
They tend to put some outrageous stuff on Twitter. I know that. That's like I said.
Think of the Man Show only for sports, Elliot. That's what that is.
Yeah. That's why I
remember the Man Show back in the day with those guys. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
That's why I question the credibility of the whole story until some of my female friends who are in the business said, "No, that's what she did and what she said," and it's really, really disappointing. And I hate to say that I've lost respect for her, but it was diminished a little bit this week.
Because she is good at what she does, Ken.
She is good.
She is.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is eye candy, but she's good at what she does.
Oh no, yeah, she is. She is really good at what she does.
Aaron Andrews didn't do her any favors, and the others just absolutely keelhauled
Well,
her.
her and Aaron Andrews are BFFs. So.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yes. Because they run a podcast
same,
together as well.
They have the same birthday as my brother.
So what's you guys' take on Josh Dobbs? Is he like one of the more amazing stories so far this season?
He is, but he fumbled that last snap, so we'll see how it goes from there.
Just give it to your running back because I need points. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it.
I'll be very interested to see or hear what Annie Agar has to say about Charissa Thompson.
I haven't seen her say anything about it at this point.
I haven't.
And you know what? Annie's awesome. I love her.
Oh, her NFL meetings are like must watch.
I mean, her NFL meetings
hilarious.
Just much
watch. See the other day when she
Hilarious.
looked like she had shaved her eyebrows.
Yes. Yes.
Josh Dobbs.
Yes. Annie Agar
her and Matt Mitchell on the SEC.
Yes.
SEC thing. So
her weekly updates, her weekly meetings are much watched TV, and I thank Ron Gallo for posting those into the Sports Nerds chat. We appreciate that, Ron, because it's hilarious. It's great. It's awesome.
What about that chick that made the comment that Deshaun Watson's injury is karma for all the shit that he did?
You know what? If you want to celebrate an individual's injury, that tells me a lot of what kind of person you are. Do I like Deshaun Watson off the field? Fuck no, I don't like Deshaun Watson. I can't stand the son of a bitch. But he's playing for the Browns, and I root for the Browns to do well.
Josh, Deshaun Watson, the football player, is different than Deshaun Watson, the individual.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's trying very hard. He has done a lot to remedy his reputation by the way he acts, by the way the press and what his publicity has shown him do off the field. Like today, he went over to a Browns fan today before the game because he was at the game, who has ALS, and sat there and spent time with him, signed something for him, and did some stuff. He does a lot of stuff off the field that is not broadcast, but it doesn't change the fact of what happened when he was in Houston. It doesn't change that fact for me. Okay, he's got a long way to go before I respect him as an individual. As a quarterback, we'll see. The jury is still out because outside of one half of football last week, he hasn't shown me anything. Okay, DTR had a better game today to me as far as it was better representative of the Browns today than he was from last week. So, that's just the way I am. So, we'll see. I don't care. But, yeah, Charissa Thompson is right now a dark spot on the voice, on the picture of journalism.
She's a black eye.
Sideline journalism.
She's a black eye.
Yeah. She's given sideline reporters a black eye by what she's saying, which is a smack to the face of the Aaron Andrews people. And it's awful. It's awful because I watch these ladies every single week between college and NFL, and they bust their ass to get out what needs to be got out.
Yes, they do.
What do you think is going on with Pam Oliver and her slurring?
Let me say this though, I don't like the interviews with the coaches and players in the middle of the game.
No.
I like if you have to do it at the end of the half and everything and in the game, fine. I totally agree with that. In the middle of the game,
the in-game interviews are
trying to concentrate, and you're breaking the concentration.
Yep.
As far as the other reports, the injury reports, obviously, teams are not going to give you all the information you're looking for. It was, from what I saw yesterday, the kid from Florida State, the quarterback.
Travis.
Travis. Warren Travis. I hated what happened to him.
Oh my God, that was gruesome.
That was totally gruesome. It looked an awful lot like
His ankle was broken in half almost.
Yeah, it looked like Dak Prescott's injury.
Yes.
They couldn't confirm it, and they weren't going to confirm it. NCAA does not allow them to do anything like that. I hate that happened to him. I hope it doesn't affect Florida State coming up in the next two games. They got Florida.
And the Gators are next, and then they got to go to the ACC
Louisville in the
championship.
ACC championship. The kid that replaced him evidently did a fantastic job because he ended up winning.
They still blew him out. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I hated to see that, and I wish him all the best in his.
Because he was an outside chance of getting the Heisman too. He was in the Heisman.
Yeah, he was in the looking discussion definitely.
Yep.
And he's done a remarkable job up until now.
All right, we're going to close out the show with a comment from John. What do you got, John?
Well, just useless information. Apparently, the Grey Cup is happening right now. I didn't even know.
Yes.
Oh yeah. They showed some replays.
And a friend of mine is playing for Montreal in it too.
I didn't even know Montreal. I didn't even know. I just literally showed
Montreal,
my app.
Montreal and Winnipeg, yeah.
Montreal, Winnipeg, sure.
Winnipeg's up 17-7.5, I think.
I can't name one player on either team. The only player I know in the entire CFL is Chad Kelly for Toronto because he's Jim Kelly's nephew.
Jim Kelly's nephew.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. CFL gets the gas face. There you go. Elliot remembers that one.
My friend is Reggie Stubblefield. He's a defensive back from Montreal, and he's likely going to be Rookie of the Year this year. So go, Reggie. Hope they come back, but they're going to 17-7, I believe, at halftime.
Yeah, I can't even tell you.
CFL. They're playing in Hamilton. I'm kind of surprised there's not a blizzard going on, but I've seen games in Hamilton where it was a blizzard.
A lot of the talk shows up here, and this is like CFL country in Alberta. They love the CFL up here.
Yes.
Most of the talking heads on sports radio around here say the CFL has just gone downhill for the past couple of seasons. They don't attract.
Merge with the NFL and be a farm.
That's what I'm saying. But they gotta keep it Canadian. We gotta have 3 downs instead of 4. Like, it's so stupid. Just be a
25-yard end zones. 25-yard end zones.
Really? It's like 75-yard end zones. Like, it's so stupid. Yeah,
it's 17-7 and it's.
And then the goalposts are like where they used to be in NFL back in the old days, right on the goal line.
Yeah, they're right on the goal line.
Yeah, Winnipeg is leading 17-7 at the half.
Yeah.
Great. Like, again, I didn't remember it was going on until 5 minutes ago when it showed up on my phone.
Yeah.
So I wish we could see it, but I can't.
I'm sure you're in Canada, so I'm sure it's being broadcast somewhere on one of your.
Irrelevant sports news. Let's talk about the CFL.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Like, just become a feeder system for the NFL, and then you might get some support from south of the border. But whatever. Who cares? Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Niners.
Go Niners. Go Bills. Go Cowboys. I don't know about the Browns. I don't know what you guys are doing, but
go Browns.
13-10. Wow. What a stellar.
Yeah, that was amazing, wasn't it?
Draymond
Green, guys. We think about the Draymond Green chokehold.
Is he still in the league?
Think about the Draymond Green chokehold.
Oh, my God. I'm surprised they only gave him 5 games.
Thank you, Anthony. You too.
They should have gave him 10. See you later, Anthony.
May the Schwartz be with you.
John, what do you think of Draymond Green?
I don't watch basketball, dude. I don't care. Don't care. Like, apparently they're doing some in-season tournament thing. Like, what the heck is going? Like, what happened to each of the games?
It's a money grab for the NBA.
The NBA Cup, and you know what? The floor designs are terrible. They're horrible. Oh my God, they're like
so
burning
bad.
my eyes.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's such an awful league. Like, I can't stand it. Whatever, dude. Yeah. Just
all right, guys. It's 3:34.
I'm good.
Great show. We'll be back again next Sunday night. At some point, Mr. Olson, since I'm off this week, I would like to get with you regarding extra Sports Nerd shows during the week, and we'll figure it out. Okay?
It all depends on my schedule.
So don't complicate your schedule. That's the key point. So
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, if I'm at work or not.
Okay, I know. I
saw screwed me last week. So.
It's a day-to-day thing with your driving job. I know.
Stupid. You can't plan your life. It's the dumbest thing in the world.
Right. All right, we're going to call it a night. I am the sports nerd, Mr. Scott Wright, along with my co-host, Mr. Ken Koslow, Big E, DeBarber, Elliot, Lamba, and Django, Mr. John G. Olson. We are the sports nerds. We'll be back next Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. We are out. And Elliot, please play the outro.
Well, there you have it, Nerd Nation. Another Sunday episode of the Sports Nerd Show in the books, and we are still alive to tell about it. Now, on behalf of our host, Scott, the Sports Nerd Right, and his co-host, John Olson, Ken Costco, lovable members in the Rat Pack, and yes, me, Big E, the entire pack would once again like to thank you all for participating with us in the best 90 minutes of Sports Smack Talk on the web today. So until next Sunday night, Nerd Nation, we would like to leave you with a quick PSA. Please stay safe. Please practice social distancing, and for heaven's sake, please wear a damn mask. You all just got hit with a pack rant from the Rat Pack, and with that, fellas, we are